Hi, everybody. It's Howard the Condo Man, and today will be an interesting topic. It's about my favorite penthouse units in downtown Toronto. So, cool thing, I've actually lived in one of them. I have sold um, at least 50 cool penthouse baller units. I'm going to use the term baller actually instead of penthouse because they're not actually all on the top floor. They're just really, really nice units in the city. Also, I'm not very worried about copyright violations, so I'm not going to say the unit numbers. I'll post some pictures during the video, and hopefully I don't make anyone mad. Okay, so the first one is actually a unit that I lived in. It's in 300 Front Street, which is a Tridel building. And the interior of the penthouse units in that building were gorgeous. They have, I'm going to say the moldings are like a foot and a half on the ground. Ceilings are 10 feet. The doors were thick. The moldings around the doors were also really thick. It had a very elegant look. But I lived in a unit there. The interior was about 1,900 square feet. However, the terrace was even bigger than the interior. It was about 2,000 square feet and it had a hot tub and a wet bar on the roof. It was beautiful. It may have been the nicest terrace in all of Toronto. It was on the, don't quote me, I believe that it was on the 47th floor. It was actually bigger than the common area terrace for the building and got a lot more sun. The common area terrace for the building that had a pool, the sun was blocked most of the day, but on my terrace, I had the sun almost the whole day, and it was honestly just stellar. You had views of the whole city and the water from the unit, from the terrace. It had three bedrooms inside that were all a good size, and that was my favorite unit I ever lived in. The only thing I didn't love, there was a lot of Airbnb in that building, and it never really felt warm and fuzzy. But anyways, that unit falls on the top of my list. And there's a couple pictures that I think I posted while I was talking. Next unit that I will talk about in a building called 500 Wellington. The address is also 500 Wellington by Freed, which has mostly large baller units, honestly, in the whole building. But there's one building that has there's one unit that has a private infinity pool, and the pool it looks like a lot. It looks a lot like the pool at the Thompson Hotel. It's beautiful. You get an incredible view of the city. You get lots of sun, and it's totally your own. That unit has actually been listed for sale and for rent many times. I think it's still owned by the builder, if I'm not mistaken. The interior is huge. The interior might be 6,500 square feet and has beautiful finishes. It's extremely unique to have your own infinity pool at a condo. I think that building's 10 stories, which it's much easier to get permission for a pool on a low rise building or a mid rise building than it is in a high rise. But there's also a lot less wind when you're in a mid rise building. So my terrace at the 300 front, there was tons of wind all the time. Actually, one time a glass table flew off the balcony, if you can believe that, and I don't know what happened to it. Crazy enough. Anyways, I'll post some pics of 500 Wellington. That's a gorgeous penthouse, honestly. Maybe the nicest in the whole city. And then the last unit I'm going to talk about is at Parade. Parade is not my favorite City Place complex, but this is one of the most unique units in the whole city. So there's a bridge that connects two of the buildings at Parade. 15 Ice Boat and, sorry, yeah, 15 Ice Boat and 21 Ice Boat are connected by a bridge in the four building complex. And that bridge actually has a unit in it and over it. So the terrace is above the bridge, and then the unit is physically in the bridge. I think it's the most unique architectural unit we have in the whole city of Toronto. The views are really cool because you have glass on both sides. Um, I think it was bought by perhaps an investor from China from the builder originally. It's been listed for sale a few times. I'll post some pictures of it behind me as well. Um, Trying to remember the size just off the top of my head. I think it's 4,500 square feet inside, and then 850 on the terrace. Here's a picture of the terrace. Anyways, it's a super unique unit. I don't even know that they have units like that in other cities in the world. I guess we're not world class to the point where anybody really cares that we have such a unique unit at the moment. But I do think that's just a unique piece of real estate to hold for an investor or someone who's just very wealthy and lives out of the city. Anyhow, if you do want a penthouse or just a beautiful unit, I'm familiar with, you wouldn't believe how many buildings, how many units in this city. I have a bunch of listings that are not on the market that I can potentially help you look at if I understand what you're looking for. Feel free to email me at howard@howardthecondoman.com or text me at 647-892-6636, and maybe we can go on the hunt together. Have a great day. It's Howard the Condoman.